Hello there everyone, Shippy here. Hope everyone out there's doing well. Today back once again with some more Tekken 8 ranked matches. Looks like my first opponent here is going to be a Shaheen player, which I've not seen a ton of, to be honest. So let's see what we can get done here. In the last video I was on a losing streak that needs to be studied, honestly. We'll see if we can get back on the winning track here. I had made it all the way up to Kishin, and then we have immediately lost it. So let's see what we can do against Shaheen. I'm not too familiar with him just because I don't see him like ever. Nice heat up. I'm sure they will probably mash because most people do there for some reason. And we do actually get lucky. I think he tried to backstep. We were getting ready to lose it, so I just wanted to spend it. Alright, no duck. Always got to test the easy stuff first, see if it's going to work or not. Alright, they haven't shown me that they're going to crouch this yet. To get him. Alright, good block there. But we're going to get the counter hit and get the... excuse me, and get the perfect. Alright, get the counter hit there. Alright, he's able to go underneath that. Alright, he's not crouching, so... I shouldn't have spent that immediately. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, he didn't crouch at all. So that move looks like it auto ducks. Grab him out of the air. And we're going to get the win with King here over Shaheen in the first game. I mean, you take advantage of the fact that he hasn't shown me he's going to crouch yet. I need to see. I'm not actually 100% sure. I don't think we get the run back. Like I say, I'm not sure if you can do that string like I do into the grab, and then like maybe do like Tijuana Twister or Giant Swing. I need to test it in training mode. I don't know why I haven't thought of that until right now. But good game to that opponent. I'm back going to find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here. Go up against a Kazuya player. Let's see if not let's see if we can not get hell swept into oblivion, which is my problem usually with Kazuya. Alright, he is crouching actively, so I need to keep that in mind now. Pepper in some mids. Alright, we'll take that. We're gonna back up. And there's the first hell sweep I'm going to hit by. First of many, I'm sure. Get the counter hit. Back up. Alright. We're going to catch him with the jab there. I wasn't sure if that was going to be fast enough, but I was just scrubby enough to let it fly, so why not let it go? Alright, we get the first game against Kazuya. I need to keep in mind that they are, in fact, crouching a lot. Alright, go for launch. And going for low moves. I dropped that bigger than shit. Alright, they don't crouch there. Alright, doesn't duck me there either. Let's see if we can get him conditioned. That was very unfortunate that was I not crouched? Alright, we get the counter hit there. Alright, we do manage to sneak in a hit there against Kazuya. Alright, we're lucky enough to get the... dropped it again. At that time, he actually did block the blow. I need to keep that in mind next time. Alright. Tag there. Alright, I thought that was my turn. It's not. And that's a low. Okay. Do get the hit there. Right, good duck by them. Alright, that gets us back towards the wall. I hate that his heat smash is a freaking low. Alright, we're gonna lose this one pretty quickly. I hate all those heat smashes, if I'm being completely honest. Alright, get the counter hit there. Get the counter hit again. I hate how far Hell Sweep goes. Alright, it's not a one break, which is what I tried. Now we're gonna get hit here. I'll scrub it out, why not? Alright, we do manage to steal that game against Kazuya, and I think we should be on our promotion chance, but they almost brought that back on me. Every round was really close there. And they do opt to run the set. Always nice. Alright. I try to go for a grab there. Alright, we ducked, so I got hit. Very unfortunate. I thought he was going to go for Hell Sleep, so I took a big gamble there. Alright, that beat my low, unfortunately. Alright, it's not a 2 break. I'm not sure what break that is. I've been wrong every time so far. Alright, we get the grab there. They do break it though. Alright, we are going to get the Shining Wizard there though. Alright, we get the counter hit on below there. And if this hits me, I'm dead. So I figured, why not? Alright, we do get him on the crouch though. Have to make one hell of a comeback to make this work. Alright, we make him pay for that. Alright, we get him with the jab check there. Managed to steal around to make it a little bit more interesting at least. And that hit me off to the side. Oh my god. Okay. Well, someday I'll be able to stand, I think. Man, I hate all low heat smashes with a passion. Alright, well, they're gonna win the second game here and deny our promotion attempt. Let's see if we can get something going here. Alright, to get the launch. Wait, the counter hit. All right, we do manage to get the hit on the back three there. I thought they were just going to press a button, but it looks like they just got hit outright. All right, I tried to crash, thinking Hell Sweep was coming. And that time it did actually show up. All right, we counter hit there. Take that. and they walk forward into the heat smash, I gotta be wary that they have both of their resources. And they're dead. Alright, they got a little bit too aggro there, so we'll take advantage of that. As soon as I saw that mighty fist come back up, I knew I knew I had to be ready. Alright. Alright, we're up 2-0 here.
Round 3. Fight.
Alright, make the counter hit there. Alright, good sidewalk there. Heat up, back up. And we'll just scrub it out by hitting every armored kind of move we got. And do manage to win the set against Kazuya. 2-1 there and get another promotion attempt in the next one. But a good game set opponent. Now back on to find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here. And we are indeed on our next promotion attempt. We're going up against Fahkumram, which I don't have a lot of experience against this character, so we're going to have to try to learn here. I haven't fought many. Managed to get that there. Alright, we get the Shining Wizard here. The only thing, there's a lot I don't know about him, but one of the big things is when he gets that, cutscene, I'm not exactly sure what to do about that. Alright, he does duck there. Alright, he stood up just a little bit too soon, and I'm just scrubby enough to finish out the string. Alright, he doesn't remain ducked there. Alright, didn't duck there either. Alright, he's not falling for it. I wanted to grab and somehow got that completely different move. Most people mash there. I'm not exactly sure why. I tried to do 4-4-2, this wasn't quick enough. Alright, change up what we're doing. Never mind, it's gonna hit me outright. Is that a low or mid? I actually have no idea. Alright, we do catch him on the crouch there. See if we can make a little bit of a comeback here. Alright, good tech on the grab. I tried to do that in reaction to the initial hit. It comes out way late, so we're probably dead off that. That's unfortunate. That doesn't look like that'd be an option to beat that, but alas it is. Alright, that caught me there. Alright, we do get to launch. Pick that. Alright, I thought I could maybe interrupt that. I think I went right over. It's a fucking low. Okay, well, that's very unfortunate. We're gonna get denied our promotion chance here. Let's see if I can manage to string some wins somewhere. I can't get the crucial ones where we need them. Alright, see if we can get better at the Fahkumram matchup here. Alright. Alright, they beat my jab. Alright, they hit me out right there. I did not get my muscle armor. I'm just making every bad choice now. Alright, could not manage to hit him at all.
Fight.
You actually managed to get the... Alright, we get the back throw here. Alright, managed to clip him there and get around on the board.
Fight.
I sidewalked the wrong way, if I can even sidewalk that at all. Alright, we'll take the launch there. Alright, we'll heat up here. He mashed on heat. I should have figured because he's done that every time. I don't know how that missed. I've got to remember the second part of that. All right. Did manage to get the back kick there.
Fight.
All right, they caught the Jaguar step backwards. Got them Dancer's legs after all. All right, take the grab here. I did crabs that time. I tried to take my turn back too soon. And I don't know what to do about this. All right. He was able to block. That sucks. I thought for sure that would be a free punish there. All right, make the counter hit there. Just fell short of the shiny wizard. Okay. All right, he did crouch, but he stood up back into it, so we'll take that. And we are going to mash our way to a victory somehow against Fahkumram after how bad that started. And we'll get a second chance at life and promotion into Kishin here. See if we can clutch up and do it. That will be a wholly different question.
Round one. Fight.
Bring it up over his head. That's unfortunate. I fell short there. I thought that string was over. We're gonna heat up ourselves. Up spin and we'll go low. Oh, that's not the grab I wanted. Grab I got. All right, I figured he'd want to keep it up there since he's plus, so we'll just mash our little heart out and scrub it out. I wasn't exactly sure that it was going to even come out or not, but and I would have been mad. I wouldn't have been mad if it didn't, because I probably deserved to lose there. Oh, I tried to be forward too. All right, we're gonna get a launch there. All right, he hasn't blocked this yet, so we're just gonna. Right, we're gonna heat up here, and we are gonna get a cheeky little grab off. And I'm gonna mash heat because I think we're plus after hit there, so I just kind of figured if he tried to mash anything, we'll be on the up and up. Alright, we're gonna grab him out of the air there. I'll take that. Back up. No tech on the grab. He doesn't block the low there. Good on him. And I don't really know. He's gonna go low. Nope. Oh, please live, King. Too much to ask. I thought I had sidewalked it. All right. Was that a mid? Because I was crouching. All right, we gotta some work to do. All right, well, I thought that would catch him, but I was dead wrong. All right. All right, no crouch, just got to take advantage of the things that got us where we were. All right, there's that. Yeah, we're not going to hold that. Not when we have rage. All right, let's be careful here. All right, even if he spins it, I wasn't really too worried about it, so we'll just go for that. And get our way back up in the Kishin, probably rather undeservedly against Fahkumram there, but good game to the opponent. No, back on a fine. One more match. Alrighty, looks like I found potentially my final opponent here. I guess my better judgment, I took this match. They have a, I think it was a 6% disconnect rate, so we'll see if we do somehow manage to win, if they hang around or not. But we'll see. Alright, they do take that. Alright, they do crouch there. Yeah, I'm playing like a scrub. I deserve this. Alright, we'll heat up here. Alright, they tried to, I don't know if they tried to heat or keep repairing, but either way, we'll take it. And they tried to mash there, and we'll take this. And we do get around on a board in a very king-like fashion, albeit a scrubby one. Alright, we get the Shining Wizard. Let's back up. Not sure exactly what they're doing here, but you know, whatever floats your boat. I don't know if they have conceded or what's going on here, or I. All right, we'll take that. Yeah, I shouldn't have heated up there. That was pretty predictable. Alright, look at the launch there. Gladly take it. Back up. I thought that would catch him. They did. They mashed. Okay, well. I don't think this will kill. But we shall see. Alright, the guard break gives them a guaranteed hit there, which is very unfortunate. I don't know, can you even really do anything about that? Alright, make the counter hit there. Alright, we do get the grab. Back up. Do get another grab. Back up. I tried to power crush that. Alright, we are gonna get the KO. And they did make that interesting in the end. They actually didn't rage quit, which I thought was a possibility, so kudos to them. Alright, managed to get some points here. Let's see if they opt to run it back. They do. And they're on their demo match now. Alright, I don't know what they were doing in the second round then. I was very confused. It looks like they're actually playing now. Okay. I gotta watch out for Heihachi's Hell Sweep. I tried to sidewalk it, and that was not a viable option there. Maybe I just picked the wrong direction, if you can even sidewalk it at all. That's just unfortunate. Alright. That's not the move I actually meant to do, if I'm being completely honest. I wanted that. Man, that's not my turn. Alright, well this has been a very Heihachi round so far. Alright, that parries heat. Very unfortunate. Alright, we're probably fucked here. I don't think I'm going to be able to get another turn in. And that's still his turn. Alright. Well, he does tie things up at a round apiece. Let's see if we can actually make a game of this and still win the set here. Alright, they do opt to run it back here. Alright, they're still in their demo, even after winning that. Alright, so if we play a little better here, we're going to Jaguar sprint back. What an unfortunate trade. I tried to sidewalk it, it still hits me anyway. Very unfortunate. Alright, well that was a very Heihachi ass round. Still hit me as we sidewalked him. Very unfortunate. Right, we do get a grab in there. Back up. Get a counter hit in here. Back up. And gonna heat. And we're gonna mash on plus range, so we are gonna get hit. Alright, let's get the grab in here. Let's see if we can, I mean, we're gonna have to make a hell of a comeback to even have a shot at this. Alright. Let's heat up. I'm gonna back away. And we're gonna go into the mid. And we'll give it the back turn. Alright, they did crouch initially, but they got clipped by the second part of that. Alright, we'll just power crush that. All right, we are going to heat up here, and I am going to opt to spend. All right, we're just going to use our heat. Or not our heat, our rage art. To try to calm things down here should do a good bit. And we're going to get hit by the mid. All right, well, not a good showing in that set at all, but we're going to not drop down, which is, I guess, a plus. Alrighty, well, I do believe we're going to end the video here, though. We did manage to get the Kishin, but not much after that. But a good game side opponent, and also everyone else who played today. Made this far. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.